So, I want to talk about this Young Philly situation. If you haven't heard, Young Philly has been accused of grape, SA charges got on him, and apparently choking women, like strangling women, like violently, apparently, right? Now, and this could be true, but I'm trying to keep hope that this is fake because I really like Young Philly. I think he's a funny entertainer. So for me, it's innocent till proven guilty. Um, but it is looking likely that this is actually true. Like I saw, he's actually been arrested. He's been bailed out. He's got caught in a couple months, right? And I'm a self improvement channel. Why am I talking about this? I want to talk about this because let's look at Young Philly's life for a second. He's a good looking Colombian man. He can speak Spanish. He's definitely got money because he's got a bunch of YouTube channels. He's a musician. His life sounds great, right? But what's the one thing he doesn't possess? If this is true, the one thing he doesn't possess is sexual discipline. Sexual discipline is something that makes the strongest man. If you have sexual discipline, you are better than so many other men. You can have all the money, you can even be smart. You can be a smart guy when it comes to business and stuff like that, right? You can live a good life. You could be sexy. You can be good looking. But if you don't have sexual discipline, either you're gonna just like do something like minor, like get addicted to porn. Not that that's minor, but compared to like SA, that's definitely quite minor. Or you're gonna do something extreme and get caught raping a girl. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to talk about how important sexual discipline is. It's something I've had to work to get to for a while. I think I'm pretty sexually disciplined. I haven't relapsed. I haven't ejaculated in over 9 months now. It's been over 9 months I have not ejaculated to anything. And don't get me wrong, like I'm gonna be honest, like I get horny a lot. I'm an 18-year-old boy, right? Or guy, you should say. So I'm in the prime of my life to feel these feelings, but it's about controlling them. It's about, okay, I'm feeling horny, but am I gonna let this control me? Am I gonna go relapse? Am I gonna go, have sex with a bunch of girls with no protection? Am I gonna go grape a girl? Or am I just gonna hold it in? Am I gonna embrace the sexual energy and what's the one I'm thinking of? Translate it. That's not the one I'm thinking of. Whatever, right? Put your sexual energy to something else. I just don't really understand why Young Philly did what he did, right? Obviously, it's not 100% true, right? But it is looking likely that it is true. Like I said, he's a good-looking guy. He's got YouTube channels. I'm sure he's got businesses, right? He streams. He does everything. He makes music, just like KSI, for example, right? He does everything. But, like, even him, it's like sexual energy is so strong. It can control anyone, no matter how successful you are. But with Young Philly, I just don't get it because, like, can he not just get any girl he wants? Like, he looks good. He's a good-looking guy. He's got fame behind it. He's got a following. He's an influencer as well. It just goes to show, man. Sometimes people just do things because they feel like it. Like, there's not necessarily a reason behind it. Not saying this is valid, but at least with like pedophiles, right? Not saying this is valid. This is not a valid reason, but at least they're lonely, so that at least there's a reason behind why they go and diddle with kids, right? Because they're just lonely and they're desperate for anyone, right? Not saying that reason is valid. Do not take this out of context. Pedophiles are bad and they should go to prison, right? Obviously, but at least they have an invalid reason for why they do it. But Young Philly, it's just there's no reason behind it. Like, why do you feel the need to SA a girl, like, and choke her and like I just don't get it, like. And it's the one thing I don't understand with influencers. As an influencer, wouldn't you not do these things the most? Wouldn't this increase your chances of not getting yourself in legal trouble like this? Like, I'm a normal guy, right? I have a YouTube channel, but it's not big. I'm not famous. Nobody knows me, right? So if I went and did something mad like that, like, it would be a tad bit more understandable because at least, like, if I did get caught, at least I could still have a somewhat of a life. But these influencers, they get caught and they can't have a life again. That's just a risk I just wouldn't want to take. Like, am I gonna go, touch a minor or grape a girl for 5 minutes of pleasure and risk ruining my whole life, or just find someone above age or find someone that consents? I just don't get it. Like, why take that risk, especially as an influencer? It's just so dumb. And once again, it goes to show that sexual energy, bro, like, it takes away your consciousness. It takes away your rational thinking. If you're not If you don't have that sexual discipline, it's very hard to stay conscious. Back when I was a weak little boy, when I was 15, 16, fapping away, fapping, like, sometimes I'd fap like 2-3 times a day, bro. Like, it wasn't good, right? And it just, like, I couldn't control it. It was like I was possessed by a ghost, and I wasn't controlling myself. Like, physically, I was not controlling myself. I got up, went to the bathroom, did my business, right? And it was like I wasn't controlling myself. And that's what sexual energy does to you. It's a serious thing. You could be the richest man in the world, the most beautiful man in the world, but you need sexual discipline, or it is going to damage you in multiple ways, right? So I think that's pretty much everything I've got to say. I'm praying that this young Philly situation is false, is not true, false accusations, etc., etc. But obviously, I'm still going to make this video anyways because, like, I mean, look at the freaking Diddy situation and, you know, all these diddlers out there. You know what I mean? So this video still stands, right? There's so many famous people that do these things because they just can't control themselves. They think with their pee-pee, not their head, right? Like, even my dad told me, like, because my grandfather was guilty of this as well. Like, he had sex with a bunch of women, he had a bunch of kids. Like, my dad, like, I think my dad said he's probably got, like, maybe I'm making this up, but I'm sure my dad said to me that he has, like, he probably, like, over, like, 20 step brothers from my dad's side, from his dad's side. And it's just like, my dad told me, like, when it comes to women and stuff like that, think with your head, not your pee-pee, right? Because, like, obviously, like, go and have sex, go do what you want, right? But don't have excessive amounts of sex to the point where you become addicted to it. Like, getting addicted, that's, like, honestly, right? Like, and I get horny, right? But the main thing that makes me feel better about being horny is that I don't even want to relapse. I don't want to relapse. I don't want to do anything with a girl, kinda, in a way, because, sorry for the floorboards, because here's the thing, right? I relapse to a girl, right? No, it's not, I'm not fapping, so it's all right? It's healthy. But that's gonna make me weak. Like, bro, the next time I release is going to be to a woman, because I'm never gonna fap again. The next time I release is going to be to a woman, right? And it's gonna make me weak, bro. It's gonna make me want it more and more, and honestly, it might just make me fap again. Like, when, like, I can't get more of that girl, I'm just gonna start fapping again, and my sexual discipline's gonna go down. That's the one thing I'm kind of scared about when it comes to relapsing again. I don't know, but yeah, listen, that's everything I've got to say. Just, influencer or not, train your sexual discipline. Just, honestly, I know it's dead standard advice, but if you feel like fapping, if you feel like doing something with a girl that doesn't consent, or she's a minor, or just doing something with a girl in general when you know you shouldn't be, just tell yourself no. Generic advice, I know. Oh, it's easier said than done. No, it's not. It's not easier said than done, because I've done it, right? I was the most undisciplined kid of all time. I had all the bad habits. I didn't have all the bad habits. I didn't smoke or nothing like that. But, you know, I had a poor diet. I fapped all the time. I was an average kid. I was a below average kid, probably, right? But even if I was managed to tell myself no, if I managed to tell myself no and was able to stick to that, you can too, right? I knew I could always do it, but I just never had the oomph to keep pushing. Now I do, and I know you can as well. So just be careful and don't get yourself into legal trouble, especially if you are an influencer. Why would you risk, like, talking to kids or raping girls if you're an influencer? You're going to ruin your life. Every time you leave the house, you're going to get beat up. Like, I don't get it. Just think with your head, not your pee-pee. End of the video. Thank you for watching. As always, if you have enjoyed, consider subscribing for more videos like these that talk about, obviously, self-improvement topics and other influencers. I've got an influencer playlist on the channel if you want to check that out. And yeah, peace out and peace. Yeah.